Hey everyone, my name is Rosie and welcome back to my channel. About a year ago, I made some collages using paper dolls from these paper doll books that my sister-in-law sent me. And these were so fun to use and we made some really cool collages that day, so I figured we should do it again. Now, I do have an idea in my head for what we might be able to do with these, but I do want to take another look through these books again, see what we have to work with, see if we can make that work, or if I have a different idea, different inspiration. So let's jump in and start looking through these books. After looking through a couple of these books, my first initial idea is to steal some of these body parts and pair them with something that doesn't have, arms and legs. My first thought was if we could find a big picture of a potato and take these arms and legs and have them coming out of the potato, and it was like a dancing potato, I think that would be really, really fun. And since I do have two, maybe I could do a couple, although I do feel like these poses are similar. But I guess if I'm taking the arms off, I can rotate them sort of whichever way that I want. And so I guess that's less of an issue. So let's go hunting for things that I can attach arms and legs to. Let's first look in a vegetable book just to see if I can find a potato. If not, we'll just look for something else. This might end up being a good option for adding our arms and legs. Potentially, if we don't find something else. I like this corn. All the vegetables in this book have been kind of on the smaller side, so I'm not sure if the proportions will work super well with the people that I have picked out. So that's why I kind of was liking the corn in the front, because I feel like those proportions are better. Because there was a potato picture in here, but it was really kind of small. So here's a sweet potato. I think that that's not gonna work. These arms and legs are way too big. So I don't know if this is gonna work, although we will leave the corn as possibly an option. Let's pull it out just in case. But I got a couple other books to look through. So I found a couple of things that maybe we could turn into weird bodies for these arms and these legs. First one is this sort of old looking cell phone. That might work. I think for a lot of these, it's really gonna depend on the size, the proportions between the object and the legs. So I think we're gonna have to cut most of these out and start just pairing them together to see if they're gonna work. Because this might be too small, but on the other hand, this rundown cabin might be too big. But this might be funny if we have, two legs here, two arms sticking out way to the side, and maybe we can put the head in the window or in the doorway or something, and it's like a person is trapped in this building. That might be fun, but we're really gonna have to, I think, cut it out and see what it looks like. I also found this pineapple looking thing that I thought might be nice. I was thinking, the top kind of looks like hair maybe, so this could be a really fun one. And also in this book, there is this green couch that I thought also might be kind of nice, and I think it might be a nice size. So we'll get those two cut out. And I also found this battery, which I thought might be fun. Sort of these dancers, they kind of have a lot of energy. I thought the battery might be an interesting one. So I'm gonna get these cut out, and then we'll cut the arms and legs out and see if these are going to work, if they're going to look right at all. Because that's what you just have to do. We got to cut them out to see. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's also this sub in this book, which I think might be a really funny body and might be a good size. So I'm going to cut this out too. All right, it's now time to see if any of these are going to work. Let's check out this battery. This one is the smallest object and might not work, but might work. You know, and the thing is I can cut off as much of the leg or as much of the arms as I want. Honestly, that's kind of cute. Those legs are perfect and could be so funny, but I still think that maybe the battery is too small. Like, I think the legs on the phone also might be cute. The arms coming out like this. That's funny. I think we have to do the pineapple. That is so funny. Let's see the couch. I'm not sure which way this would go. I think that way doesn't make sense. No, neither of them make sense. I don't know if I like the couch. That one might not work. The sub, now my original thought was that it would go this way, and I think it might still go that way, but I think there's something funny about it going this way, and if we put the arms sticking out on the ends going this way, that would be really funny. Oh boy. All right, let's see the house. Oh my goodness. I think we have to see in its full glory what this pineapple would look like, because I think it's just the most fun thing. So I'm gonna cut the legs off. We'll cut it off here, just in case we, I don't know, want to use that part. I don't think we will though. And so I think if it's a little bit at an angle, that might be fun. I mean, even just that is really funny. But I think with the arms, this will be really good. So let's get these cut out. That is good. All right, let's get this last arm in here. And we'll have to sort of figure out how that fits into the pineapple. That is so funny. That one is so good. I also think if we can get the sandwich to work with someone, that might make the most sense because it's two food items. I think a couple of these other ones would be funny but are a little bit random. I do just want to see what the house would look like now that we have everything cut out. And I think I need to turn it this way. Put the legs down here. I just really need to see what the arms would look like sticking out on either side. Like, that's funny too. And I wonder if I was able to put the arm more like in the window, maybe, if you can imagine that, or coming out of this window. I mean, maybe that's less funny. Maybe they have to be sticking up a little, like they're, you know, dancing maybe. I do think there's something really funny about that. And I think if you found the right background, maybe if this was a field and there were other houses in the distance, it might look like the house got up and is dancing away. This is funny, but I think the pineapple is a little bit funnier. And if we can get the sandwich, the dancing foods, I think is a really funny idea. Let's just see what the battery looks like, because I think that there's some merit to this one too. Like, even that is funny. I was worried the battery was going to be too small, but I think that that's also really funny. I think a lot of these have potential. I'm just really drawn to the food, I think, because it's the most funny. Like, even the phone, that's also so funny. Okay, but we got to stick to the food because, I don't know, I think it's the most fun. Now, I would love to put these on the same composition, so maybe we can do that. I picked this lady because I liked her arms a lot, but maybe we go and look for different legs because I'm actually really thinking the tights are not the look I want to go for. So I think we do have to go back into the dancers and find some legs that don't have tights on them. A lot of the ballerinas in this book are wearing tights, so I might have to use another pair of men's legs, which I think is fine, because I think more of them were naked. Not even that guy, he's wearing pants. So I gotta keep looking. I think I'm gonna go with this guy. I like the sandals. I also have a couple arms to choose from, which I think might work. So I'm gonna pull this out. Wait, that's fun. I kind of feel like I need googly eyes. I need to just put eyes on them. I am still debating whether or not I want to try to merge these into the same piece. I'm gonna have to find a piece of paper that's big enough. I also need to decide if I want to have a background with this. I think if they were at a picnic and there was other food around, this would be fun if they were sort of dancing around the other food. Don't know if I can find an image like that, and certainly one that's large enough. So I did find one image that might work as a background for this. I found this picnic spread, and I wish this image was just a tiny bit bigger, but I do need to try to see if our people are gonna fit on this, our sandwich and pineapple people. If this is at all big enough, because this is a really great background for sort of the story. So I just want to see if at all they will fit on here. See, already that is, woof, a little big. A little big. So I really don't, oh boy. It's also blending in a lot with the background. So not feeling confident that this is the right the right background for this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find a background. These people are huge. Maybe, but I really think the background is too cluttered, unfortunately. I need to keep looking. This background is not right. All right, I found one more thing that might work with this. It's less of a background and more of something I can add to give context. So I found this family here that's having dinner, but they're all staring at this TV. And I'm thinking if I take out the New Yorker and the background and the TV and just have this family and then put our dancing foods back in this space, it will be like the family is staring at the dancing food while they're eating. And I think that might give the piece just a little bit more context and also a fun audience. So I'm gonna try this, see if it all sort of works together. But I always want to give something a try, so this might work. Let's get it cut out. Let's see if this at all is going to work. I don't know what to do. Am I overcomplicating this by trying to give them a background and a home? Maybe I should have just had them stay on their own piece of paper on white, and maybe that would have been fine. I sort of feel like this is getting overly complicated. I was still feeling like the backgrounds I was finding were overly complicated, so I took a step back and decided to try and make one more food character, so if they did end up without a background, at least 3 characters felt like a more substantial of a group. I found these open-faced burgers in a barbecue book and thought it was just funny enough to fit in with the group, and it was the perfect size. So I gave it 2 arms and some nice legs, and we have ourselves a 3rd character. At this point, I was now really feeling like the sandwich legs really didn't fit in with the other 2 dancers' legs. They felt too different. So I replaced those with a new pair of legs. And I did one last cut into the pineapple to slip that arm right inside so it really looked like the arm was coming out of the pineapple. So I've been trying to figure out what to do with these characters for the past couple of days. Should I keep them on just a plain white background like they are now? Should I try to find a background that works? Should I try to at least give them a foreground, something to stand on? I can't decide what to do, so I figured I would ask you all if you have any great ideas on what I should do with these characters. Should they stay on one piece? Should I do 3 separate pieces with them individually? Should they have backgrounds? Do you have any great ideas? I would love to hear them because I can't quite decide what I want to do. So let me know your ideas down in the comments, and maybe I'll finish this one day if we come up with a good idea. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!